Hello everyone, I'm Willpower60, may you call me Wolfie, and welcome back to reading our Genesis Bible lesson reading type of stuff. We are going to finish up Genesis chapter 11, where I'm going to be reading the generations of Shem, the ancestors of Abram. Also, if you hear noises in the background, my niece is over there. As you can see, she's swinging while listening to music, doing her own thing. But without further ado, let's get into this. Alright, so verses 10 through the end of the chapter is what I said. The title is The Generations of Shem, the ancestors of Abram. Verse 10. These are the generations of Shem. Shem was 100 years old and begat Arphaxad 2 years after the flood. Also, by the way, since it's generations, there are going to be some names that I'm going to have trouble pronouncing, so keep that in mind. Anyway, verse 11. And Shem lived after he begat Arphaxad 500 years and begat sons and daughters. And Arphaxad lived 35 years and begat Salah. And Arphaxad lived after he begat Salah 403 years and begat sons and daughters. And Salah lived 30 years and begat Eber. And Salah lived after he begat Eber 403 years and begat sons and daughters. And Eber lived 34 years and begat Peleg. And Eber lived after he begat Peleg 430 years and begat sons and daughters. And Peleg lived 30 years and begat Reu, R-E-U, Reu. And Peleg lived after he begat Reu 209 years and begat sons and daughters. And Reu lived 230 years and begat Serug. And Reu lived after he begat Serug 207 years and begat sons and daughters. And Serug lived 30 years and begat Nahor. And Serug lived after he begat Nahor 200 years and begat sons and daughters. And Nahor lived 29 years and begat Terah. And Nahor lived after he begat Terah 119 years and begat sons and daughters. And Terah lived 70 years and begat Abram, Nahor, and Haran. Now these are the generations of Terah. Terah begat Abram, Nahor, and Haran begat Lot. And Haran died before his father Terah in the land of his nativity in Ur of the Chaldees. And Abram and Nahor took them wives. The name of Abram's wife was Sarai, and the name of Nahor's wife was Milcah, the daughter of Haran, the father of Milcah, and the father of Iscah, something like that. But Sarai was barren. She had no child. And Terah took Abram, his son, and Lot, the son of Haran, his son's son, and Sarai, his daughter-in-law, his son Abram's wife, and they went forth with them from Ur of the Chaldees to go into the land of Canaan, and they came unto Haran and dwelt there. And the days of Terah were 205 years, and Terah died in Haran. I am now on the chapter that my mom and I left off, actually. But right now, I am going to read it to you guys. We are on Genesis chapter 12, verses 1 through 3. It's titled, God calls Abram blesses him with the promise of Christ. So verse 1. Now the Lord had said unto Abram, Get thee out of thy country, and from thy kindred, and from thy father's house unto a land that I will shew thee. And I will make of thee a great nation, and I will bless thee, and make thy name great, and thou shalt be a blessing. And I will bless them that bless thee, and curse him that curseth thee, and in shall thee all families of the earth be blessed. Verses 4 and 5 is titled, Abram departs with Lot from Haran. So Abram departed as the Lord had spoken unto him, and Lot went with him. And Abram was 75 years old when he departed out of Haran. And Abram took Sarai his wife, and Lot his brother's son, and all their substance that they had gathered, and the souls that they had gotten in Haran, and they went forth to go in the land of Canaan, and into the land of Canaan they came. Verses 6 through 9 is titled, Abram journeys through Canaan. And Abram passed through the land unto the place of, I'm going to butcher this, Shechem, or it might be Sechem, I don't know, unto the plain of Moreh, and the Canaanite was then in the land. And the Lord appeared unto Abram, and said unto thy seed, Will I give this land? And there builded he an altar unto the Lord, who appeared unto him. And he removed sorry, bug. And he removed from hence unto a mountain on the east of Bethel, and pitched his tent, having Bethel the west, and Hai on the east. And there he builded an altar unto the Lord, and called upon the name of the Lord. And Abram journeyed going on still towards the south. Verses 10 through 13 is titled, Abram is driven by a famine into Egypt. And there was a famine in the land, and Abram down into Egypt to sojourn there, for the famine was grievous in the land. And it came to pass, when he was come near to enter into Egypt, that he said unto Sarai his wife, Behold, now I know that thou art a fair woman to look upon. Therefore it shall come to pass, when the Egyptians shall see thee, that they shall say, This is his wife, and they will kill me, but they will save thee alive. Say, I pray thee, thou art my sister, that it may be well with me for thy sake, and my soul shall live because of thee. Verses 14 through the end of chapter, verse 20, is how Sarai is taken by Pharaoh. And it came to pass that when Abram was come into Egypt, the Egyptians beheld the woman, that she was very fair. The princess also of Pharaoh saw her, and commended her before Pharaoh, and the woman was taken into Pharaoh's house. And he entered Abram well for her sake, and he had sheep and oxen, and he asses and men servants and maid servants, and she asses and camels. And the Lord plagued Pharaoh in his house with great plagues because of Sarai, Abram's wife. And Pharaoh called Abram and said, What is this that thou hast done unto me? Why didst thou not tell me that she was thy wife? Why sayest thou, She is my sister? So I might have taken her to me to wife. Now therefore, behold thy wife, take her, and go thy way. And Pharaoh commanded his men concerning him, and they sent him away and his wife, and all that he had. Also, I think I accidentally said princesses when I was reading it. I had like a glare to me, because I'm reading it off of what I'm seeing on my phone, so I can make sure it's, the phone is like perfect to the page and everything. And it's princes. The princes, also of Pharaoh, not princesses. But I did highlight verses 17 through 20. And I wrote this little thing on the side saying, Pharaoh tries to wife up Abram's wife because he didn't know that Sarai was Abram's wife. Abram said it's his sister, which is why Pharaoh tried to shoot his shot, only to be plagued by God. So my question is, did Abram do that like on purpose to show that God would curse? Because it says here that, because it said like before that God would for Sarai and Abram or something like that. As I know I read it. Founded wife in law, their souls, and play. And the Lord appeared to Abram and said unto thy seed, Will I give this land for an altar? And he removed them hence Bethel. So I'm like, and I'm pretty sure it said before, like maybe I'm misinterpreting on something, but I'm pretty sure I read before that is what he would say he would do to like protect, blesses, like he like blessed him and everything when he's in his journey or something like that. I'm pretty sure, but let me know what you guys think, because it does beg the question of like, why didn't Abram just like when he got into Egypt tell Pharaoh like, hey, this is my wife, back off, pretty much, like you can't have her type of thing, because they were smitten by her. She must have been that beautiful or something like that. And that's why Pharaoh called him out and saying, what is this that you done, pretty much, like, why didn't you tell me? Why did you say she was your sister? And so I might have taken her to be mine. Now therefore behold thy wife, take her, and I go away. And then he sent them away. So I often wonder if Abram did on purpose to show, hey, like, I got on my side. So let me know what you guys think. This is all I can get right now. But until then, I hope you have a blessed day, you night, baby. See this. Until then, bye-bye.